number 9 on our Zero2Hero Triathlon journey. Welcome everyone. I'm Kai.
I'm Christian.
And we are here in Zug, Lake Zug. It's middle of August, and we have to tell a lot of stuff. I don't know how long this video will go. First, we start that Christian is now officially a social media hero, a social media star. Christian, you have been to Tallinn recently, and you were shooting a little video, and you got a lot of likes. So if you check out Christian's Instagram account, then you will see what he has done. Funny stuff, cyclist versus triathlete.
Correct.
So now, as you are a social media star and you still have time for the vegetative training, that's the basis of your success, or one of the pillars of your success. We have had our 9th session today, but before we get into that, what we did today, tell us about your experience in Tallinn, in the beautiful city in the north of Europe.
Absolutely. I did the IRONMAN Thun a month ago, so I wasn't expecting too much. I just wanted to get back into the racing mode, so my fitness was still lacking the optimal form I wanted. That didn't stop me anyway, so I went there for 1 week and a half, and then started training and connected with the people around that were cyclists and triathletes in Tallinn. Beautiful city, love the energy, so I went completely without any plan, any expectation. It was with the European champs, and indeed the city itself was so beautiful that it even distracted me. So I was going to techno parties, or I was eating some nice good food, and sometimes skipping sleep a bit. So it was not the perfect preparation, but I really let my body go and say, hey, whatever you want to enjoy, let's enjoy it. So it was more a vacation slash sporting trip. But then on the race morning, it proved I had that calm, serene feeling. So the swim went really, really smooth. One of my best swims, not in terms of time, but just the getting into the feeling. So 37 minutes around, and then the bike, I was flying on the first 45K with an average speed of 42 kilometers due to the head wind, so nothing miraculous over there. But then the second loop of 45, some strong wind came, so I ended up averaging 39K in total, so 2 hours 21. That's kind of standard time for me. But however, the stomach was it was like a hedgehog. It was so painful after the bike, fighting all the winds in the aero position, that I had to walk the first few kilometers on the run. And honestly, I was in the K-hole, I was down, I was in the rabbit hole, whatever you want to call it. I couldn't feel anything, and I just walked, and I really thought for the first time ever in 2 years since I do this that I'm not going to finish this race. And this is where all the negative thoughts came in, but I kept pushing, so I said, listen, let's just take the next step. So I took it very gradual, and then
that's important. You didn't keep pushing. He said, let's keep the next step, right? That's important. So, sorry to interrupt you, but if you're in a rabbit hole like this, you don't want to push, you want to calm down. And what is the next step? What was your next step?
Absolutely. So I was not ashamed to walk. I really stopped. I massaged my belly. I forgot about old times, and I was convinced I'm gonna finish above 5 hours and something. So I was like, okay, this is compromise, or maybe we don't even finish. I didn't know how bad it was. In the moment, it felt excruciating pain. And then in the back of my mind, I always kept this hope. Say, hey, it's not over, or hey, let's go next step. And then after kilometer 8 or 9, slowly starting, was it the legs? Was it the mind? Was it the light in my head? I don't know what it was, but something was pushing behind me, and I was just starting running faster and faster and faster. So I was running from 5 minutes 40 or even 6 minutes per kilometer to 4:30 in a matter of couple hundred meters in between. So I was really shocked. Someone, like, literally, I was flying from behind. I was just, okay, I'm a spectator.
You were, like,
now.
Pushed.
Someone was kidnapping me, or someone was just pulling me after them, whatever, spirit, Holy Ghost, I don't know. Anyway, so I managed to get out of the K-hole, and it was the best feeling ever to resurrect from the dead. Let's say it like that, a bit more dramatic. And then as soon as I crossed the finish line, I was so grateful. I was There's only one source there, and if you tap into it, if you can make that connection, you can get out of anything. So that's the bridge.
So in that moment you were calming down, and then you were like reassembling, and then you got like an energy push.
Absolutely.
That's how you described it.
Yeah.
To me before, right?
It was such an outburst that there was again no pain in the legs or no forcing it. I was just my cadence was around 175, 180, just naturally. The feet were just rolling once after another, so it just tap. So yeah, kind of felt like a wheel, a wheel that a hamster runs in.
So to keep it in biblical words, that was kind of a revelation, this moment for you, that you had this outburst of energy and that you could start again, right? That was a huge moment in your, let's say, triathlon career as an athlete, that brought you to another insight, brought you to another level. Now the result was 4 hours.
In the end, yeah. I really asked for help, because at kilometer 8 I was done. I was ready to quit. So I asked, please help me, and that's the moment that clicked. So I got connected back to the source, and the pulling moment happened. And in the end, I was so shocked because the time was 4 hours 49:39. So I looked on the screen. Everyone was finishing 5 hours and 10, 5 hours 15. And when I looked at my screen, I couldn't believe 4 hours 49. I was like, this race for me was compromised on the run. I don't know what happened. And if you can manage, and I believe anyone can manage, to get out of this moment, you feel so strong afterwards. It's just by doing it, and by connecting back to the source, you're like, oh, this is how it feels like. So now what we're talking is, how can we start the race being connected?
Yes.
And how can we live even life, right, being always like this connected, right?
Yeah. So you had this insight, you had this revelation, you had this moment, and now you can use that. Today's session was about making a stronger connection to that memory that Christian had in this race, so you can really tap into that very easily once the stress hits you the next time. So it's kind of an automatic response of your nervous system to tap into that and to activate, to push that button, right? To get that energy rush. So Christian went very deep, very quick, very deeply. We did the session in the van, just off the beach, and I will integrate again a few shots from the session. And even though we were on a parking lot and people were making noises and stuff like that, you were totally gone, and you were in your zone, and we could really anchor that moment, that emotion in your system. So how was that for you? Can you describe that during the VGT?
I was really out, and I felt like a cable, like Matrix. I felt like a cable behind my head pulling me up. And I just felt so relaxed and so refreshed afterwards. But I was really out very quickly, and I slept 10 hours last night, so I can tell you I didn't fall asleep during the session. But it was just so natural to fall back into that connection, right? Nothing, nowhere, no space, nobody. It felt really liberating.
Liberating, yes. There was one blockage that we worked on, or that your body worked on. Actually, the body does the whole thing on itself, just giving some stimulus from the outside. I just could feel that your right hip isn't aligned, and then the body was liberating it, right? So from this moment on, we went into the big pool behind us, Sugar Lake, and we did some open water swimming with some drills, because Christian is about to become a front pack swimmer. So you were asking, I'm swimming smooth, I'm swimming hard, whatever I do, I swim the same time. So it's not about, for all of you guys out there, if you want to swim faster, just swim faster. That's an easy trick. But how to do this is not by pushing, but by being. So if you want to swim faster, just first thing, you imagine to be the swimmer you want to be. You be the front pack swimmer. So you really feel. And I was making kind of a game with you that you should imagine that you are the front pack swimmer, and I have no chance at all to pass you on the way to the beach. And what Christian did was really mind-blowing for me. So he left me in the water, and I had 20 meters gap to him, and I was not able to really catch him. And before, it was no issue for me. So I'm curious about the time. You're tracking your speed.
We're gonna put it on the screen.
And yeah, that was also a revelation for me, that you could kind of switch. You said your pool times are very much faster than your open water times, so it's in his system. It's just about your belief that you are not a fast open water swimmer holding you back, and that we vanished that in kind of 20 seconds or like 2 minutes.
Yeah,
it's gone. So Christian has a new belief, and that belief will tell his body to prepare for the next time, and whenever he's in the situation again, he can kind of call onto his faster swim times from the pool and transfer that into the open water. So I'm very curious to see what you will do in the next race. This will be
Lahti World Championships, half Ironman.
So Christian will go to Lahti to the World Championships that he qualified before in
end of June.
So it's like 7 weeks.
Yeah.
So and yeah, that was a funny coincidence. We are here in Lake of Zug, and the last time we shot the video here, Christian, it was about May, end of May.
Yeah.
We were just prior to Zug Triathlon.
Olympic distance, yeah.
The Olympic distance. And could you have ever imagined to qualify for not only one, but two, not only two, but 3 world championships in a row as a newbie? He's a newbie, right? He started 2 years ago, and he liked triathlon, and he seriously got into the sport about a year plus ago, and he qualified for 3 world championships in 3 consecutive races, which is absolutely mind-blowing for me as a coach and a former triathlete. It's unbelievable. So what are your words on that?
We were referring to this moment in May. I could have never imagined that even now in Tallinn, qualifying for New Zealand for 15th of December 2024 is also a dream. So being qualified for 3 world champs in a span of 6 weeks is nothing I ever conceived to be real. And to be honest, I never had any of these goals. So I'm like a child on the Christmas morning. I just unpack the gift, and I don't know where it. And of course I put in the work, and that was my deep belief that I never post anything about the process. I don't look at the training numbers. I just make sure I'm in a good shape. I do my VGT. I'm doing in the training, and I just let it all out on the race day. And for me, that has worked personally very well, because my body is always playful, and I'm not pushing anything. Yeah. So having that moment of, oh, you are an Ironman, you qualified for the world champs. It's like, wow, that's a Christmas morning all over again. Yeah. Like it's a very child spirit like. So because you want something but you don't know if you're gonna get it or how you're gonna get it, and then you discover it. So this feeling is really unique. And again, from May to now, 3 world champs is just, I'm super grateful. But also I just want to pursue this potential. And just see where it leads, and never letting anything slow swim or all kinds of stuff. Yes, you can work on anything, and you have that button in you to get the connection right. So if you're connected, you can do anything, right? So why not? Why all these barriers? Why all these, oh, I'm not there yet? You don't need an expensive bike, you don't need an expensive wetsuit. It's
just start.
Yeah,
just start and
just go with the feeling.
Yeah, and go with the flow, and just do the work. Christian has done that diligently. He's disciplined, but not over focused. That's how I perceive you. So it's about a joyful, relaxed state of doing a thing, doing what you love. And by the way, the presents do not only come for the sport. Christian's life has really, yeah, took a wonderful path, right? You have good success in your professional career. You have good success with the ladies.
Oh my God! Oh my God.
And you have good success elsewhere. So that's all fine. And the important thing is we have talked about it, to stay balanced and to stay grounded, and that helps also to bring your horsepower onto the onto the racetrack.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So this is episode number 9, as I said, and we are heading to. I'm not supporting you in Lahti on the side, but we are heading. One of my big dreams. We are heading to Nizza. So to Nice in middle of or beginning of September for the World Championships. I'm very, very, very curious to see what happens there, what we can create, what you can create up to then. And if you have some questions and some comments, let us know. We are happy to, yeah, get back with more infos. This vegetative training that we are talking about is such a tremendous, powerful technique. I don't not only see it with Christian's success with his development, but also with other clients. So if you really want to tap into that and you want to own that technique, make it your source of energy, then just start the work, let us know, and I'm happy to guide you into that. Any last words from you before the 2 World Championships?
We are here for you. You are here for us. It's a sense of community at the end of the day, and I learned a lot from the good people in triathlon around me, and I just want to express that gratefulness to you, Kai, as well.
Thank you.
And I'm again, when we started this season 1, stay tuned. There might be a season 2 as well. It's in the works. So just want to express gratefulness, and like I said, for me every day is a gift. Every second of sport is really a privilege. All the moments that are built in together to be here today were just an amazing roller coaster, and nothing is for granted, right? Just living a bit moment by moment and letting itself unveil, but really grateful overall for this journey so far. Thank you.
Thank you. My big pleasure. All the best to you guys, and see you next time. Bye.
Triathlon community, checking out.
Cool. Excellent work.